think he was expecting Gnimsh to lead with the Mech Mage, like Gnimsh has done every series so far. So that's why he led with the Priest here, hoping to get the Mech Mage.
So a smart decision from Gnimsh here then.
Yeah, he switches it up. So he's like mind games. He's going to do the exact same ban and then change what he's going to lead up with. So he's going to pretend like he's doing the same thing and switch it up last minute.
Yep. But also like another thing is that I think we saw in the previous set Amaz was picking Priest into Warrior, right?
Yeah,
so
but
I don't think he's
he's still comfortable with it.
But he's comfortable with the matchup, so he's probably not too sad to see this happen.
For sure. Northshire Cleric turn 1. It's a good pickup. Oftentimes you don't want to play it out in turn 1 though. Fear the fire.
No. Right, and Amaz was saying it himself that when he played against the Fishu, that he was getting a bit greedy with the Shadow Word Pains, which we were also thinking.
Yeah.
So I would expect him not to try to get too greedy this time around.
Yeah, definitely he's probably going to play a little bit safer.
Yeah, a bit faster.
Yeah, we see an unstable ghoul here from Gnimsh, meaning like his warrior is maybe more geared towards anti-aggro, which could really punish him in this like heavy control matchup.
Yeah.
Because that unstable ghoul could instead be some sort of big legendary.
I agree. Like it's such a weird card because in some matchups it's like against Hunter, let's say, like a bit faster Hunter. It can be absolutely amazing.
For sure.
But here it's not so strong.
Well, yeah, it's just gonna accomplish barely anything throughout the match.
I wonder if he got something like the Whirlwinds for that. That's like quite often the case. Like if you play unstable ghoul, then there's no Whirlwinds or only one Whirlwind or so.
So it doesn't hurt you that bad. Especially if you can get it out here and trade for the Pyromancer.
I'm still prefer to have the Whirlwind over the Ghoul, but
yeah,
the Whirlwind is not that great, so it's kind of okay.
Power with Shield isn't a bad pickup. If he chose to take that route.
I guess the Shield might be okay. Yeah.
Warrior's gonna gain a lot of armor from this.
Blingtron.
He identified that Gnimsh probably doesn't have a weapon, so...
Sad he doesn't get the minion from that, because it heals up to full. But it's still okay. Pretty strong.
Yeah, you still get a card, and the Pyromancer is not dead.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. You get to save the coin too with this play. I thought he was going to coin heal. But he values the coin more than he values the 1-2 body, which is probably fair. Double armor smith.
Seems like a really weak start from Gnimsh. No weapons at all, and those minions are not really doing anything.
Weapons are really important.
Yeah, they are.
You could even like coin Holy Nova, clear the whole board here. Unless Gnimsh makes that attack to play around coin Holy Nova. He's almost aiming at the cleric there. Then coin Holy Nova would be a lot weaker. Would you Holy Nova here?
I don't know. Coin Holy Nova. He does draw 2 cards, and it does clear the board. So I guess that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
what more do you want from it?
I mean, it doesn't really get any better now that I think more of it.
Yeah.
I was actually doing the math wrong at first. I was thinking that the Armor Smith would survive, but nope.
Oh yeah, one of them survives with 1 health, but then you just... Oh no, it does die. Yeah, it dies. Because you get the coin and the Holy Nova. They're both spells. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really great.
Yeah. And then he's drawing 2 more cards with the circle.
Yep.
Wow, he's really cycling. If this game goes super late, the priest might be at a disadvantage because it'll fatigue faster. But I think with his hand it's correct though. He had so many like not too useful cards in his hand.
No.
He's really, if he gets towards that Harrison, he gets the Blingtron Harrison synergy. Ooh, 1 turn off from the Shadow Madness Recombobulator. Plays disgusting. So we see the less greed now. He does not try and set up that Shadow Madness Recombobulator. He just takes the free kill with the Shadow Word Pain.
He can do it later. I mean, we can see that there's another Belcher coming up at some point.
For sure. There's just always going to be targets for it at some point. If he plays the Belcher here, he's going to be extremely sad. Ooh, Gorhau. But we see Amaz has Blingtron and Harrison Jones.
Yeah, there's like not just 1 answer, but 2.
Oh yeah. Alright, Shadow Madness Recombobulator.
Yep. That's way too good to pass up.
That is so strong. The priest is really just working this time.
Yeah.
Oh!
Wow! Did that really just happen?
Doomguard!
No, that's pretty sick.
Oh my gosh. It still dies to the Gorehowl, but then there's the Harrison Jones
Wow.
for the Blingtron. Now
That's
if he does
amazing.
Gorehowl the Doomguard, do you Blingtron first to try and get him with a weapon that has more charges to get more value out of the Harrison Jones? Oh, he's going with the Brawl.
I can't blame him for that.
Oh, yeah.
There was 4 minions out there.
Alright, Doomguard does not survive. Instead,
That's
it's just a 1-1.
That's a bit unfortunate for Amaz, but still, like he's in the driver's seat for sure.
Oh yeah.
So
Gnimsh
far
only has
ahead.
4 cards.
We got 10 cards against 4.
Yeah.
I guess he's winning.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. We've seen the Brawl, so we can just flood the board with like Dark Cultist
Yep.
and Soldiers. Or double Dark Cultist or Shadow Cleric. Yeah, however you want to reload the board there. The world's yours. The Light Bomb's gonna lose a lot of value though because he's ahead on board.
But it doesn't matter, he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Like I think Amaz needs to like disconnect or something to lose this game.
It has happened before.
Yeah.
Now Gorehowl or Ragnaros.
I would Gorehowl.
Yeah, me too.
The rack is like there's so many bad targets for it.
There's so many bad targets for it, and he's drawn so many cards already. Like, there's so many things. You gotta be afraid of like 2 Shadow Word Deaths and a Vol'jin. Amaz may only be running 1 Shadow Word Death though.
But see, knowing the cards, this one works out better than the Gorehowl would have.
Yeah, knowing the cards, of course. So I guess you're just fearing the Harrison Jones and the Blingtron more than you're fearing Shadow Word Death.
Yep. Does Amaz play any Shadow or Deaths at all? I don't think we saw any in the previous game, so maybe there's like none.
I believe he runs 1. And Vol'jin.
Okay.
So like Vol'jin kind of substitutes as the second Shadow Word Death.
Yeah.
Looks like he's just gonna take the Light Bomb.
Okay. I think that's pretty good. He doesn't need to save it.
Yeah. Oh, and then he gets Vol'jin. If he would have went for the heal, he would have gotten Vol'jin to use on the Ragnaros. But he can use this on the Alexstrasza to make him out.
Yep.
And if the Gorehowl comes out, he's got Harrison Jones. He just has answers for days.
Yeah.
And soon enough, he's going to draw into the other Shadow Madness, and he has the other Recombobulator ready. This is looking very good for him, also.
Extremely good. So do you Blingtron or Harrison?
I have no idea.
I guess the Harrison is safer,
Yeah,
because
it's way safer.
This could be a
Another
Harrison, and he could get like a Doom Hammer, and the warrior with a Harrison could just climb back.
Yeah.
Right away.
Yeah, now he's just trying to empty cards out of his hand. He has so many cards.
So many cards. Yeah, he doesn't need to. Well, he can't even draw. He would
He's got
discard it.
Vol'jin to answer a big thing. He's got Shadow Madness Recombobulator to answer a small thing.
There's even Shrink Meister, so he can even like.
Yeah.
That's no way for Gnimsh.
I mean, it really just spiraled out of control early.
Sure did.
So as Gnimsh here, what do you think his best route to victory would be?
To victory, I don't really think there is any way, but I mean, this such desperate times.
I mean, there has to be some hope.
I honestly, I don't know.
Do you go for like the fatigue plan? Try and. He doesn't have Brawl anymore though. Gorehowl's gone. It's really hard to value all these little minions.
Yeah. Kind of like the weapon. I guess he has to like try to burst down Amaz somehow. So like set up the weapon and then go like Alexstrasza and get some sick top decks. But I don't know.
Well, we can see the Shrinkmeister Shadow Madness Recombobulator here.
Or he could just Blingtron into
yeah, or
Gladiator
try and
Swan
Blingtron into lethal here.
Or no, actually, in the Gorehowl that would have been lethal. Wait, this is lethal. How much is that?
8, 9, 10. 11, 12 with the
2 damage, so because he could have Wellens chosen.
Yeah.
It's not quite there.
Yeah, so he's just taking the safe play going with the Recombobulator. He could get another Doomguard.
Ooh, there's someone.
Elite Torn Chieftain comes out with some rock and roll.
Yeah, that's not bad. Well, 5 cards. Was that right? Did I see right? Oh my goodness. There's 3 cards now.
Yeah, he's got like no cards left.
So,
if Gnimsh had like triple innervate brawl, he could like brawl and then Alexstrasza and be fine.
yeah, that would do it. Oh, there's still 15 on the board. That's game.
He's dead.
Right away. Right away.
Wow. That got out of hand quick.
Yeah. The Doom card. Yep. Should be a good matchup, I mean, knowing Amaz's list. We saw like 27 cards from the deck and there was no Shadow or Death,
Yeah,
so
we've seen no Shadow or Death yet.
I'm starting to think that it might not even be there. And that's absolutely huge for Gnimsh.
For sure.
If there's no Shadow or Death. And many of those combo thingies, I mean, there's still the Belchers, so they're not completely useless, but it can be difficult to use.
And Amaz is probably gonna mulligan for Zoo here.
Yeah, I would against Gnimsh.
Yeah. So
I can't blame him for that.
Because the Warlock hasn't been revealed yet.
And it feels a bit like safer to just mulligan for Zoo if you don't know, because you need the right cards against Zoo, but against Handlock you can sometimes like get away with it, because you have more draws for the right cards for early game anyway.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Well, Gnimsh knows about the Light Bomb, so that's also really important.
Oh yeah, that's really huge.
If you don't know about the Light Bomb and you extend like 2 Molten Giants late in the game.
For his sake, I hope he will keep it in mind.
Yeah.
Because that can swing the game around.
It's going to be extremely important.
Yeah, absolutely. So here I would expect a tap. I mean, you don't want to Dark Bomb that, because it prevents him from playing the Giant.
Yeah, for sure. You just want to get the Giant down ASAP.
Yeah.
Especially since you most likely know there's no Shadow or Deaths.
And also that there's no silences, so he could potentially tap into a Twilight Drake.
Yeah.
Against Priest, usually you wanna go Drake instead of a Giant on 4. But here, Giant is gonna be like just as good. 1 less toughness, but still.
He's 1 point of damage off from killing that Giant. So.
Going out Blingtron Gladiator's Longbow, maybe.
That would be disgusting. Looks like he might go for it.
Oh my god, what is it gonna be?
Any weapon he gets, like, he's able to trade with the Giant using his board.
True Silver would be good, Arcanite Reaper. There's a lot of weapons that would do.
Even Light's Justice, he can trade his whole board and kill the Giant.
Yeah,
so
that's true. I mean, there's the coin effect and... Okay.
Alright,
just to draw instead.
For the draw. I wonder what he's looking for here.
Huh.
He has to have some card in mind.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a 2-mana spell.
I'm honestly not sure what he was exactly looking for there, but he definitely had something in mind.
Okay.
Alright, I think that was a good trade. Even though we don't see a Mortal Coil in Gnimsh's hand, I would also lean towards making that trade just because of the potential for Coil.
Definitely, definitely. He's got that Earthen Ring Farseer here that can heal back up this Giant, so he can like Dark Bomb trade and Earthen Ring Farseer.
Seems pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet. Seems pretty awesome. That is going to be hard to come back from.
Indeed. He needs the Light Bomb.
Feet Blinktrons and gets a 4 damage weapon. I really feel like Coin Blingtron was the play last turn.
I think so though. I might have liked it a little bit better. But here I think it has to come down.
Yeah, it has to come down and you have to get a bit lucky with it.
Yep. So what does he get? He needs something... Oh no!
1 damage off. And the handlock with Light's Justice.
Yeah, that's not the worst thing that could have happened, but I mean, he really wanted the 4 power weapon to take a Giant.
Yeah, of course.
Let's say True Silver Champion, Arcanite Reaper, something along those lines. That's
so if he got a Doomhammer, would you have hit the Giant twice?
Yes.
Just man mode it and take 16?
Yep.
That would have been sick.
He would have, because he was at full HP, right? So
yeah.
I mean,
Still,
go to 14. I think that's fine.
You think it's?
Then you can Thought Steal the Molten Giants next turn when you top deck the Thought Steal, so you can play those for cheap. Oh, but he can't Thought Steal them because they're in the hand. Damn it!
Yeah.
That's a sad Cabal Shadow Priest.
Yeah,
That's
the lights are the Sword of Justice
sort of
prevents the Cabal.
yeah, it's completely ruins it.
Wrecked.
So do you madness?
You have
there-
to. Really.
Is there any way to kill the giant? I don't see it. So probably start with the draw. Try to find a way to deal with the giant.
Yeah, if he runs Shadow or Death, he's got another try.
Yeah. I mean, it still could be there, but it seems like it's most likely it's not.
You can make a big
Wow.
old Gnimsh, but it's gonna die to Siphon.
I got this.
I think you gotta preserve your health total here. Yep.
Yeah, of course.
Amaz agrees. That giant doing so much work. It's now turn 7 and it's still around.
The Shadow Madness is used without the Recombobulator, so that's obviously not ideal at all.
No, not at all.
The Giant is so tough to kill. Could have been prevented if we just Blink-Troned earlier and killed him.
Yeah. Would have been so much better to get a Gladiator's Longbow. So... Oh, but he can't... He can't shrink Cabal. It's not enough mana. And he can't even Shadow Word Pain because of the Sword of Justice. That's so...
The Sword of Justice has been putting in
so
work.
sick. Like, it completely ruins the Cabal and the Shadow Word Pain.
That Sword of Justice was nuts.
You can see the Shadow Word Pain glowing green there, but it's just because of the Blink-Tron.
Oh, he's got the Shrinkmeister Shadow Word Bane.
Yeah, but usually, I mean, you can often do that without the...
The Sword of Justice puts in a little
Oh
more Bane.
no, that's so awkward.
I mean, your Blink-Tron lives, it's just vulnerable to Mortal Coil.
Mm-hmm.
So. Now, if you heal, you don't die to Dark Bomb, you don't die to Hellfire. You'd still die to Soulfire, but most handlocks have cut Soulfire, so I definitely think you should try and heal the face here.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't be expecting a Soulfire here.
Instead,
Oh,
he's
wow.
going a little YOLO here. Heals the Giant back up,
Yeah,
and the Blade Master back up.
I would kind of preferred the hero power on himself, but
Yeah, I mean, healing the
it's
Blade
not
Master
really-
up plays around Hellfire, but at the same time it doesn't because you die.
yeah.
So, you know?
But I guess like another way to look at it would be that if there was like a Hellfire, then he's like screwed anyway.
Yeah, that's why I say you should heal yourself.
Yeah,
Because like, there's no point to play around it because you die. Like, it actually kills him on the board.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it makes no sense to play around it.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's the Hellfire.
Yeah, so just risk the Hellfire and...
Yeah, I think you risk the Hellfire, heal yourself. I mean, eventually you're probably going to die anyway, but it gives you another turn to sit there and hang out. Yeah, so the lineup's been working very nicely for him. This is the double Big Game Hunter Warrior.
Yeah, okay, so that should do
Do
it.
you even hold the Mountain Giant here? Because you're so afraid of the double Big
Actually, that's a really good point.
For Drake.
I might have thrown it away now
Yeah.
that you reminded me of the double BGH. He's not drawing them. Amaz has been kind of drawing them a bit late at times. Like you remember the game we casted earlier where there was like Dr. Boom.
Yeah.
Dr. Boom got like 14 damage in before he was drawing
Yeah.
his BGHs.
So maybe he just won't draw them again.
Yeah. Could happen.
They're just off in his deck, slacking off somewhere. That's what happens when you run two of them. They get together and they just like take smoke breaks all the time.
Yeah. That's like kind of why decks that just do their own thing instead of reactive decks are better.
Yeah.
Because you don't just risk. Because when you play reactive cards, you might draw them at wrong times.
Yeah, that's why Zoo is so strong and popular.
Yep.
the
So
big
that's
game
gonna
winner.
be a big game. He did get it in time this time.
Yeah, definitely worked out well for him. He's got the Lothab to follow it up to trade pretty efficiently with the Belcher.
Yep.
Or he can Death Bite Coin Cruel Taskmaster. Either of those seem fine. But
Death's Bite, Coin, Cruel Task, or
yeah,
just
and
Lothab.
trade with I think I would Lothab personally.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I think either one is fine. It's just if you use the Deathbite Coincruel Taskmaster, you're looking at 2 executes in your hand, and you only have the Deathbite Whirlwind to activate them.
That's true.
So
yeah,
I don't know how many Whirlwinds he plays because he cut things for the Cleave we saw earlier and the Big Game Hunter. So he may be short on execute activators.
Yep.
So it might strictly just be better to play Lothab depending on how his deck's built.
Yeah, seems good. And that kind of protects the BGH from things like Dark Bomb as well.
Yeah. It looks like he is just Deathbite clearing it. That was not even something I was thinking of.
It's a bit surprising.
Yeah. He has nothing on the board now besides the Deathbite charge, and the Deathbite charge is really useless because there's the slime there.
Yeah.
So it's effectively he has nothing on the board. Unless he has some way to get through this slime.
Alright, well there's a few 5/5s I think I choose from here.
Yeah, you got the whole selection of 5/5s here.
Yeah.
Just
I'd want a 5/4. But he's not gonna play that one.
Yeah, you wait for the Jiraxis. But one of those 5/5s looks pretty tasty. I would definitely pick Shield Maiden personally.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's saving Lothab for exactly, but he really did not want to play it last turn.
I might have considered the Sylvanas.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because the Watcher doesn't. I mean, it can't attack, so it kind of looks like a good board to get some value with the Sylvanas.
It could like force a Shadow Flame, I guess.
Yeah, that would have kind of answered it, but it's still a 2-for-1.
I mean, it's
3.5
his Dr. Boom turn too, so you get to prevent him from playing Dr. Boom. It's decent.
Yeah, this has to be a Doom.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be a better time for Dr. Doom.
It's always a good time to play Dr. Boom.
I'm sorry, Dr. Boom. I guess Dr. Doom would fit the card as well. The bombs are quite big.
Well, he's got a few options though. He can silence the Watcher, trade the Watcher and the Slime for it. Or you could silence the Watcher, then Argus the Slime and the Watcher, and trade and then the Watcher lives. But yeah, I personally would just drop Dr. Boom.
I like the Boom a lot.
I'm kind of heavily into Brawl though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like it's pretty good Brawl now.
Snap the Brawl here. But it's a tournament, so let's think about this. What else can you do? You can hit the slime and then execute it, and then just develop Sylvanas or Lothab. Or you can.
If he hits the slime with the weapon, it's like the bombs.
Brawl is really high value in this matchup, right? For the Molten Giants.
Yeah, it really is. Like I like keeping the Brawl for Molten Giants because it's like you don't have to care too much about how low your opponent is.
Exactly.
Because of the Molten Giants, because you can Brawl after.
So as soon as they come out, you can just Brawl.
And it also, when you see the Brawl happen, it kind of frees the Warlock to just go all in. So as long as the Brawl is not played, the Warlock has to be really careful and maybe not be able to play all the stuff that he wants.
So it looks like he's just going to execute it and then probably drop either Lothab or Sylvanas.
Yep, that worked out really well. That was a bit dangerous, because if the Shield Maiden was taken out, it would have been a kind of disaster.
Yeah, that would have been terrible. So he held Lothab earlier, so I imagine he's going to play Sylvanas. Because it seems like he's holding Lothab for something special. Or maybe he's just going to play Lothab now.
Yeah, Lothab's fine.
About it. Yeah. I think Lothab is better to play here than Sylvanas is.
There's too much Shadow Flame value if you play the Sylvanas, because there could be like Shadow Flame Mortal Coil, and you would get completely wrecked by that.
Yeah. So the Lothab's protecting the 5/4. It's protecting 10 damage on the board, which is actually a lot going into turn 8. So if he taps, then he could hit him in the face for 10 and Ragnaros, assuming he taps and doesn't taunt.
Yep.
Might be a bit pushing the assumptions, but it might have to force out an anti-heal bot earlier than he wanted to play it, or it might have to force out a defender earlier than he wants to play it.
I would lean towards like tapping and probably playing the Owl.
Yeah.
It's a bit dangerous because there's still the coin, so there could be like.
Well, the max damage you can see coming in is.
No, but it's still 15. It's still only 15. So tapping. Yeah.
You're tapping it. You're fine.
A bit of like sequencing error there, but I don't think there were like many cards that would have changed the play.
Looks like he's gonna gild the Lothar.
Yep.
And then if the Shield Maiden trades with the Owl, it sets up a Mortal Coil.
That's true. Haven't seen any coils, and he was playing 2 antique bots and stuff, so it's possible that he only plays 1 coil.
Yeah, more than likely.
I personally don't agree with that. I think Mortal Coil is like extremely important. And I really valued running double coil highly, but many pros do got 1 coil.
Yeah, I've only been running 1. I don't know. It's just
yeah.
It can get clunky sometimes. And some of the control matchups, it feels so awful in most of the time.
Sometimes, but even if against something like a Belcher, you can bump a Twilight Drake into it, and the coil is really valuable there.
For sure.
It's not the perfect card always, but it's been quite good.
He's running 2 Arguses, so he's probably running 1 coil. Because coil and Argus, although they like totally different cards, actually achieve the same purpose most of the time.
It's so weird. Yeah. Making the trades a bit better.
So
like
with 2 Argus, there's definitely has to be only 1 coil.
Yeah.
I
think it's even possible that there's no coils, but it seems unlikely.
Yeah, it seems a bit unlikely. Sylvanas comes down. And we're out of Owls from Gnimsh, right? He's used both already. So the Sylvanas is guaranteed to get at least a 1/2. Unless he were to like hit it and then Shadow Flame the 1/2 and then coil.
Wow.
It seems kinda unnecessary.
Yeah. Doesn't sound right. But I mean, I guess you kinda have to deal with it somehow.
If Gnimsh just ignores the Sylvanas, then Amaz would be able to like Cruel Taskmaster the Sludge and trade the Sylvanas and just steal whatever else Gnimsh plays.
What about Sun Fury, Siphon Soul, and hope he gets a Sun Fury?
All of your taunt givers while you're at 15 health? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, but he does play the defenders.
Looks like he's setting up the Hellfire here.
I kind of like that. Hellfire can be difficult to get good value out of in this matchup.
Yeah, then after this you definitely have to play the heal bot.
Yeah, I can get behind this play. I think that was good.
Yeah, I think this is the correct route.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he just dies to Fiery Wind Axe, and probably see a Belcher come into play. So you just saw the Hellfire, so you could try and push the board with like double 5 drops here, but it's a bit ambitious.
He still knows that there's the Shadow Flames out there.
Yeah.
Most likely just the Belcher and killed it off.
Yeah, just Belcher and armor. Just waiting for that Grom.
Yeah.
He's got activators, he's got execute triggers, he's got the Brawl for the Moltens, and he's got Harrison for Jiraxxus. Oh, there was an Owl left.
I would keep the edge here to Amaz for now, because Gnimsh's hand seems... He's completely out of threats.
Yeah.
He has a lot of cards, but none of them are doing anything, really.
It's the big game hunters, man.
Yeah.
The big game hunter just killing the giant for free allows Amaz to have just an extra answer for other stuff. So now he's just got to execute sitting there waiting for when Gnimsh draws his next breath.
Oh man, that Siphon, it just doesn't feel right. He does have 1 more of those, so it's not completely bad.
Yo.
I would have ditched 1 Sun Fury there, just to be able to tap the first thing you want, first thing you do, not the following turn.
Yeah, you definitely need to start getting more cards in your hand. It's very ambitious here.
Okay.
Amaz with no other damage in hand is going to set the hand lock to 12. I mean, he has Brawl to clean up the Molten Giants, but maybe he's also trying to force a Jiraxxus or something in the near future. Just to make his opponent scared. Wow, that's a good top deck.
It sure is. It should also set up for a good Brawl board.
The big game hunter.
Because he has to taunt up here.
It's not a bad Brawl board at all.
My shield for Argus.
He does have other ways to deal with this board too, like if he wants to save the Brawl. But I would be really tempted to do it.
If that cleave was a Whirlwind, then he could Acolyte Whirlwind Execute. But unfortunately it's a cleave, which probably helps out against Zoo and some other aggro matchups.
Whoa!
Slime takes down the giant.
Well
That worked out quite well.
Alright. I think I would Acolyte and then Cruel Task my Acolyte to just try and get closer to Grom.
Yeah, I agree. Because you have 2 Cruels, so you can easily spend 1 here. You still have 1 for the Grom.
Yeah.
If there was only 1 Cruel Task, then probably no. But
Yeah.
But this way, yeah.
So that's the first Shield Slam we've seen drawn, right?
Yeah.
And he's at 4 armor. So Cleave plus a Shield Slam kills a Giant right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's thinking about whether he wants to set his opponent to 11 or not.
I would just go face.
Yeah, at this point it's like,
yeah.
screw it.
Like, do you care?
Yeah, it's 1 less mana for each of them.
And there's like he has both Shield Slam and the Execute, so he has ways to deal with those.
Yeah, he's got the Cleave, Execute, Shield Slam. Kill both Giants.
I don't necessarily call the mistake not attacking him, but
Yeah.
it's so tiny thing. Like,
It
yeah.
could matter.
Doesn't matter at all.
It might.
It might.
It might. You never
We'll
know.
see. It's unlikely, but it might. So Owl Shadow Flame. It's pretty good.
Yeah, denying the draw. So you
Yeah.
can't get
Sylvanas
back
was already played, so he can freely spend his last silence here.
Yeah.
Sylvanas is like the #1 target for Sylvanas for silence for silence when you're playing against a warrior. Like that's the card you struggle the most with if you don't have a silence. But yeah, with that already being gone, you can just deny the draw.
Alright, just Belcher coming out to play here. He paused for a second, maybe to think about the Shield Slam, but then was just like, no.
Yeah, I agree with keeping it. There's
Yeah.
still threats left.
Yeah,
Both the Molten Giants and I think even
both Drakes.
and both Drakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't play silence.
So he's got an Execute for one of the Giants, 2 Shield Slams for the Drakes, and does he have a Big Game Hunter left?
Yeah, he has 1.
So then he has 1 Big Game Hunter left, and then he has Harrison Jones for the Jiraxis. So he has answers for every possible threat somewhere in his deck.
There's the Giant. Gnimsh really needed it. And the Brawl is gone now. So he can set up quite powerful board here.
Shields up.
However, Amaz still has the ability to just kill all of it.
Yeah, Amaz still has answers for pretty much everything.
Dark Bomb coming out.
Wow.
Wow. Definitely just take the 2 Shield Slams. Right? You get to save your
I think so too.
And Execute's just way more flexible. Especially since now Gnimsh has board control. So he's going to be able to start chipping off that armor.
Slam the Drake, slam the Giant.
Yeah. And
How
then
many-
just kind of hang out with the U's.
Yeah. Wonder how many cards are left. Probably save the Harrison for now, just for Jiraxus. I mean, Jiraxus could be coming out. How
Yeah.
many was that? He had 11, but I didn't. I
I
missed that.
didn't see. It was too fast.
Yeah.
He does not have many though. Gnimsh is probably going to be just fatigued out of this game. Unless he draws like
pass.
yeah. Like, cause even if he draws like Twilight Drake and Molten Giant now, the Twilight Drake is very insignificant because he's gonna only have 4 cards.
Yep.
So
I
it's
agree.
just gonna be a 4/4.
And
So he's just debating if he wants to Shield Slam or if he wants to Execute here. Personally, I would choose the Shield Slam, but I mean, you get a 2/2 body on the field with the Execute, so could be relevant. Trades with Sun Fairy Protector, but yeah, Shield Slam I think is better just because you don't know how long that armor is gonna last for.
yeah.
Oh, he's gonna take.
Oh,
the
wow.
He's gonna even kill the 2/2. All right, so if his board gets cleared by maybe the second Hellfire or that Shadow Flame or something, he has no activator in his hand left for the Execute. That's the second Cruel Taskmaster used, so he doesn't have that for activating Grom. He hasn't used any Whirlwinds, so he potentially has a Whirlwind left. I can't imagine he runs 2 Whirlwinds.
I kind of would have liked to see the Cruel Taskmaster being saved.
Yeah, just because Grom activator, Execute activator. I feel like it's a bit ambitious just to throw it on the table.
Both players really out of gas. There's a Jiraxus, but there's also a counter to Jiraxus. But other than that, there's just removal and nothing to remove. And a tiny Drake.
And Amaz still has the coin anchoring his hand. So it's always a solid card to have at turn like 100.
think you gotta move your mic a bit closer. It's Baston, not Brawl. Thanks, guys. Okay. Shadow Flame.
Oh, Shadow Flame
Wow.
on the Drake. He's really afraid of dying.
Yeah.
That Fiery Warx is actually a solid pickup here. And definitely hold the Jones. Because here comes Jiraxis. And it's going to be met with a howdy.
Mm-hmm. Looking good for Amaz. He's not gonna fatigue just yet. Wow, and that...
The top deck.
That's
But,
just really huge, that giant. But I mean, he can still deal with it.
Activator for sure.
And like, he has... What? He's gonna draw 8 cards?
7 cards, because he swung.
8 cards on the turn. No,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, and
total,
the turn,
total of
yeah,
8
yeah.
cards. So he's gonna pick up the last big game hunter, almost certainly.
Almost, yeah. And that's the answer to every single threat Gnimsh has.
Yep.
So that'll be the end. Unless he doesn't get it. Oh, he's got Whirlwind.
Wow, this is...
Oh, the last
there
one.
it is. I was like,
Oh,
really?
sigh of relief there. And you probably just swing face with the weapon.
Yeah, for sure. It's another weapon waiting.
So Amaz's deck just had an answer for everything. So as soon as he got off the ground in the beginning, he just slowly drew into all the answers, and it was good.
Amaz's warrior deck is really seemed tweaked against this. With the double big game. So strong.
Yeah. Definitely geared towards more anti-control to beat up on handlock and things like it.
Mm. It's actually 1 damage off lethal here, but it's like whatever. You can just kill him next and then. It's like counting up. Is it lethal with Dr. Boom if you go Whirlwind and hit both of the bombs on face? But no.
Well, getting the Shield Maiden out there for board presence, and you can never be too careful.
Yeah.
You always gotta fear the 2-card 34 damage combo.
Mm. So.
That belongs in a museum.
Fortunately, that's just gonna help
Yeah.
fatigue faster.
He could play the
Got
the
a
heal
Earthen
bot
Ring
and
and Hero
concede, or play the Farseer and then concede.
Those options.
Yeah. I guess if he Farseers, he can also Infernal before the concede.
Yeah. I mean, that gets the most like actions done, so.
Yeah. I kinda like the Farseer Infernal concede.
Yeah. Plus you hide the second heal bot in case for some reason
I
you play
heard
this
from
again
who?
against him once.
Yeah.
Alright.
There we go.
That's gonna be lethal.
Yeah, pretty convincing from Amaz. I feel like even though the game was really long, Amaz was in the
The
lead.
mage besides against the Dr. Boom.
Nope. Dr. Boom is the only target in there.
Well, Mech Warper in the starting hand is really good, and Snow Chugga.
Wow.
Extremely good against Warrior.
And there's no Fire Axe.
No Fiery Wind Axe. If you have the Fiery Warx as Warrior, I'd say your favorite in the matchup. But if you don't have it, I'd say you're unfavored. And you don't actually have that high chance of getting it. You know, it's only 2 cards out of your 30. So,
There's Chaka.
well, you could have Whirlwind to set up to armor and shield slam it next turn to then be able to Deathbite.
Yes. That's so weird. I don't know, that sounded pretty interesting, but
It could
yeah,
be
there's a
right.
lot of cards.
I mean, you need to get this Deathbite out there and start clearing with it.
That's true. It's
Things
quite
to think
important.
about.
Wow.
This is just a problem. This is like the dream draw for Gnimsh and the nightmare draw for Amaz. So I predict this to be pretty one-sided.
He needs to draw the brawl.
Yeah, the
I think
brawl.
it comes down to the brawl. He's gonna get 3 draws from the Acolyte.
Yeah, so he's got a decent chance.
Yeah, I
Can
mean,
he
he's
shield
gonna
block?
draw a lot of stuff.
He can shield block, shield slam, kill 3.
Yeah, I think so. I think they got the biggest threat, just to like try to kind of keep up with the game. Or you could even like shield slam the Chaka
Yeah, once you get to turn 6, I guess you're just dropping shield maidens.
Mm-hmm.
So you're healing every turn, so you could potentially recover. Alright, looks like he's going for the mech warper kill. Or the chugga kill. One of the two.
I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah. You want to be able to start killing things with this death bite. At some point.
Yeah. So Gnimsh can play the blast mage or he can play the blast mage. Oh, he went with the blast mage. So
I like that commentary.
no decisions with the mech mates really. Like the only thing is like what do you coin out sometimes, but it's like so straightforward with that deck.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the execute on the
then there's a death bite on the 5/4.
And the death bite on the 5/4.
Is that game? 5? Yeah, that's no. He doesn't have mana
he doesn't
for
have
it
the
yet.
mana for it.
Okay, yeah, he's 1 mana shot.
He's only got 11. Oh, you can play. Yeah, I think the Drake's fine. I think Mech Warper Fireball's fine. But I think Drake is definitely the best. You could Frostbolt that turn too. If you were to like Frostbolt and Mech Warper and Ping.
Mm.
Just so he can't Deathbite your guys. Might not have been a bad route to go. Now we have Deathbite.
Needs to shield block into another removal, right?
Yeah. 'Cause he's facing down 9 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he can execute shield block. Well, if he played the armor,
I guess he's
no. But then it would have died to the 3.
Okay, he does survive here, even without the second removal, because he gets the 5 armor. Maybe there's still a tiny chance for Amaz.
The recovery begins.
Yep.
The burn spells are not going to help him very much unless he draws like 1 more.
There's 2 shield maidens coming up.
Yeah.
It's not over just yet.
If he gets a shield slam with one of those shield maidens, it would be sick. Yep. Ah, the greed. He even drops armor smith here. Instead of armoring up.
Hello.
Wow.
What?
That's it. He didn't armor. He dropped armor smith.
Oh,
instead.
that's right. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Greedy.
I missed. I was like, I was so
Greedy.
caught up on the armor up. Yeah.
So greedy.
So Gnimsh takes it. Well, it didn't matter.
Yeah. So we come out with the Hunter. Chad Arcane Golems yesterday. So a bit aggressive.
Look at that hand from Gnimsh. He can coin the Mech Warper and just play the 1-drops. That is so sick.
Gnimsh has a god hand. Amaz has a god hand. They're ready for action.
And that Jeeves is not that useful in this matchup because the mage benefits from it almost as much as you do.
Yeah. That's not so good.
That's ridiculous. So definitely coin the Mech Warper and play the 1-drops, right? That's what I would do. But no, but that's not. Oh, but that's not a mech.
You only play 1/1-drop.
Yeah, the Cogmaster is not a mech, so it's not that obvious. I was thinking it's a mech, but it's not.
You could play both 1-drops. You could do that. Alright, well, Amaz is gonna respond with Knife Juggler for sure.
Yep.
Interesting Frostbolt decision. Usually, you want to develop minions and save removal for like the last resort. Alright, so we're gonna see some knife RNG.
Yep.
Oh,
this
double Jeeves is not what you want to see.
This is pretty huge. Like, can he hit the juggle on the 2-1? Could help a lot.
So
Whoa, he gets it!
He gets it.
1 out of 3.
Man, he should have played Arcane Golem.
It's pretty good.
You have to trade. Bad things happen if you don't trade. Yeah, double Jeeves is so
Look at
fucking-
that hand from Amaz. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Double Jeeves.
I mean, he had the Dream Start and he drew into double Jeeves.
Oh no.
Gnimsh had the Dream Start and drew into more.
Wow,
of
and
the
Mech Warper. That allows him to play 2 things this turn. So he can drop the Mech Warper and then the
No, you can't do
okay.
Mech Warper as well.
Oh no, sorry. He had 3 mana. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The bow's not a bad pickup.
Yeah.
Not a great
That's
pickup.
a good draw. That's a good draw.
He's got a trade here to play around Goblin Blast Mage.
Both players seem to have kind of weak hands right now.
As soon as he top decks another mech, though.
Yep. Like that can be fixed
Oh.
really fast.
Not a mech.
Do you stealth that?
Yeah, you stealth it for sure.
Yeah,
and you
I think
probably
so
just
too.
play the Cogmaster.
Like why would you save it? Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with this. It's really good with the Think Master coming up.
Animal Companion's not a bad draw.
It's playable.
And you just bow down the other guy.
The Misha should be okay.
You turn it into a Yeti. Or do you value the hero power more?
It's
I guess as a Yeti
close.
it still dies to Fireball.
Yeah, so probably not. Like the one health difference doesn't seem very meaningful. I guess it would survive Frostbolt being in that case, but
Yeah,
still, it's not
you've
that
already
huge.
seen a Frostbolt, so I guess it's fine.
Those two Chiefs in Amaz's hand are so useless here.
Yeah.
I mean, Gnimsh can get just... Gnimsh can
should
get
be able
even
to get
more
more
draws.
cards. Yeah.
Yeah, like Gnimsh would benefit more from those than Amaz himself.
It's actually just counterproductive.
Yeah.
The Fireball.
Yep, so the spare part would only have been wasted, but he would have missed 2 damage on face. It's really unfortunate draw from Amaz.
Yeah.
So do you like Arcane Golem into the Make Warper?
Yeah, you Arcane Golem,
Oh,
armor
man.
plating the Arcane Golem, and run it into the back warp.
Ah, this feels so wrong. But it's
mean-
in this situation, it's the right call.
Mech Mage can't do much with the extra mana anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he top decks Dr. Boom here. Then you can do a lot with the extra
Dr.
mana.
Boom. Dr. Boom for
Oh,
Dr.
Ezra
Boom.
Jake is a
well,
really
that's
solid
like
pickup.
almost as good.
And the extra mana is going to allow him to get the ping off, which is
Yep.
actually sick. So he's thinking between either pig or ping or play Anoya-chan. I like the Anoya-chan play.
Yeah, it's
Buffs
pretty
your
good.
guys, you can trade with the Undertaker. The Arcane Golem likely isn't trading with the Ezra Drake.
Yeah, I like it as well. I think he has to Jeeves. I mean,
Yeah.
it feels bad, but he has to do it.
Yeah, has to be done. Now, do you trade with the Arcane Golem so that it dies to the Explosive Trap?
Oh no.
Otherwise, next turn he's probably just going to ping off the Arcane Golem.
Yeah.
But,
Or empty his hand for the Jeeves.
yeah,
That's like both are so bad.
yeah.
I would probably bump it into that, but I mean, it's so useless.
Well, you have a bow. It's not.
Oh wow! Well, here the Azure Drake is not so good because the Jeeves is out.
Still not bad though. You could play
No.
Ezra Drake and Tinkertown Technician and have one card in your hand.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not that.
You should definitely. Oh, he's playing right into the Explosive Trap.
Yeah, this is a mistake for sure. Like he should have went face first to trigger the explosives.
Yeah.
It's like no.
If
I
Amaz
don't
draws the
understand.
other explosive,
Yeah,
it'd be really sick.
that was a bit of a mistake.
Yeah. It's weird that he only played one minion too. He like half committed to his mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of funny. He's gonna leave Jeeves alive so he can draw another card here. But Jeeves is gonna be able to trade up with Direwolf Alpha. Ooh, the second explosive trap. That mistake could really
Wow.
punish him.
Yeah, that ended up being really meaningful.
So he could explosive trap Direwolf Alpha, trade into the 4/4, and then just bow the face.
Yeah, just like, wow. Bow, explosive trap. I don't know. That is Gnimsh is really getting punished by that thing here. It looked at first. It looked like it might have not been that big of a deal, but now with that explosive trap draw,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely a big deal. Gonna play Jeeves. And then he's not gonna get the extra bow charge from this, but at least it's not bad. Just the
Bow and
cards
kill
are more
command. That's a
important.
lot of damage, but the mage is still at 24.
Yeah. He's got 11, 12, 13 damage in hand. So you can trade the board, proc the trap, and then play Lothab and Mechanical Yeti. He only gets one card, or he doesn't get any cards off Jeeves if he kills the Jeeves, but
Kind of feel like he has to take out the Chiefs here.
yeah.
Low Tepieri. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Fits the curve very nicely.
Yeah.
Another Leopardon pickup, and he is ready to race.
That's an easy turn.
Now he's really looking for Unleash the Hounds.
Turned into a race.
Yeah, so he's got 4 damage from Leopardomes, and then another 3 damage from the bow. So that's 7 damage, and then 5 from the kill command brings
So
it
if
up
he
to
like
12.
gets an unleash.
Yeah. Oh, a Noyatron off
Wow.
the top. That is gonna be annoying for this race.
Yeah. Could say that.
Still Unleash the Hounds off the top.
I would just freeze that second leopard
no.
as well.
Yeah, you freeze Leopard. Unleash the Hounds off the top isn't lethal anymore.
Yeah.
Because of the Anoyachan and the freeze and stuff. Didn't
Oh.
get it anyway. So he has to kill command the Loth up here to stay
Yep.
alive. Then how do you win from that?
I don't know. I mean, there's still one fireball
Yeah.
and one frostbolt. He frostbolted early on, so there's one frostbolt left. But I mean, just with the mage hero power, he's dead in a couple of turns.
Yeah.
In 3 turns to be exact. And he can't
Yeah.
clear.
He's got 8 damage coming into his face this turn.
Yep. I don't know if there even is a card that Amaz can make a comeback with.
Yeah,
What
I
would be
mean,
the best draw he can get? I don't think there's anything he can clear with.
not even Pyroblast wins.
That's it then. No.
That is the series.
Wow. That
The
double